The NCAA sanctions against the UConn basketball program are in. I'm joined now by sports law attorney Robert Romano, not to be confused with Ray Romano, although you were a former stand-up comic who went to, which is an interesting situation. So, real quick with that, now, how do you go from being a stand-up comic to a sports attorney?
My grades were a joke in law school. There you go.
You're right with that one, huh? So listen, you're here with your sports expertise, sports law. The NCAA drops anchor on the UConn basketball program. The sanctions, Coach Calhoun suspended for 3 Big East games next year. We can put it on the screen here. He also going to lose 1 scholarship per year for the next 2 years. Recruiting calls are going to be banned for 30 days after they're eligible. And the recruiting visits are going to be restricted. As a layman, here's what I'm thinking, and you're the attorney. I thought it was a slap on the wrist, and the coach should be thankful it wasn't more, serious than that.
Yes.
He's going ballistic here with this. Your thoughts?
My thoughts, exactly. He is saying that he's going to get counsel and see what they can do to fight this.
Right.
And that's his position on this. And that's great. I mean, he has a right to do that. But from the NCAA point of view, I'm thinking the NCAA was a little bit light. I mean,
Why?
they found that he violated basically 2 rules. He promoted an atmosphere of noncompliance, and he didn't monitor his program properly. So those 2 things they found violations on. They found that there was abusive text messaging, abusive phone calls.
Right.
They were using a booster to help get one of the recruits, Nate Miles.
A registered sports agent, right? The guy with not only a booster, but a registered sports agent.
Exactly.
Right?
And, there's some conflict there. They're using the agent to help recruit, to get this player to come play for them, who possibly, this Nate Miles is the player, but may actually want to represent him when he enters the pros.
Right.
So there's a conflict of interest there.
So strategically, is it just simply bluster and stubbornness, or is there a method to his madness to be this? It could have been a lot worse for him.
It could have been a lot worse, and I thought it was going to be a lot worse. And like you said, it may be just a slap on the wrist. He has 15 days to appeal.
Right.
I don't know if he's going to appeal, but like you said, he's going to consult with counsel.
And his statement is as follows, Robert. Here's Jim Calhoun's statement in regards to the investigation, which I can't read because of my class, but anyways, it's...
I am very disappointed with the NCAA's decision in this case. My lawyer and I are evaluating my options, and will make a decision which way to proceed.
See, good man.
How'd I do?
That helps out a lot. See, that's a good assist, man. You're a good wingman right there. That's my reading glasses are. So if you're his lawyer, right, you advise him what? If he was your client, you say, all right, Jim, here's all the laundry's all out here. What would you tell him to do?
I would tell him to do exactly what he's doing. Come out strong.
Right.
Because that's also a PR thing. He's coming out strong, saying, listen, we didn't do anything wrong. Make that strong, bold statement, but then review the facts. Get all the information, and then before the expiration of the 15 days, sit down with Coach Calhoun, go over everything, and then weigh my options there. Mm-hmm. But I would want all the information from the NCAA, what they found, what they didn't find, and I would go over everything piece by piece.
Why not just say, maybe he will eventually listen, over my 30-year career, I'm embarrassed by this. There was no intent on my part. It happened. We'll learn from it and move on. Why not get one of those, bury it? Because you really don't want to tick the NCAA off for future, down the road. At some point, you suspect he will just take the hit and say, listen, I don't agree with all the findings, but I'm the head coach. I'll take the hit and we'll move on.
I think eventually that's what's going to happen. I mean, because it is a slap on the wrist. So, I mean, I think he's got to man up down the road. But, being Jim Calhoun and his prior, he comes out strong. He's a tough guy. I mean, he's a big, tough guy. He runs this program. So that was going to be
his pride. His pride is winning Hall of Fame. He's getting ready to exit the stage pretty soon, and he's concerned how the epitaph is going to read a little bit, right?
Yeah, his legacy. He's got over 575 wins?
Something like that.
Yeah, numerous wins, 2 national championships. So he's going to come out tough. That's his personality. And we all know this living in Connecticut.
Right.
But I think after consulting, getting all the facts, he's going to have to man up, and for lack of a better way of putting it.
Now let's juxtapose his statement with that of the interim president, Phil Austin, who said this.
Let me be very clear. We will comply fully with the NCAA sanctions, and we'll work with great resolve to restore the luster of the men's basketball program.
You're doing pretty good. You can have your own program so far with this. So now he's giving sort of the neutral. I'm giving credence to the NCAA. I don't want to take them off. We're recognizing we're taking responsibility. We're moving forward. How would you balance that comment with Calhoun?
Well, good cop, bad cop, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little good cop, bad cop. Calhoun's coming out strong, but the school knows they escape. There's no postseason ban. That's a big thing. That's going to help with recruiting down the road. I mean, because players aren't going to want to come to UConn if they can't play in the tournament.
Right.
So
that's the big issue here, right? There's no postseason hit, right? Everything being, the end of the day, you want to find out, are we playing in the postseason? And you are.
Yes.
And then take away any games from the Final Four because this kid, Nate Miles, didn't play at all. So they're not going to disqualify any games from when the transgressions occurred, and you're still playing postseason.
Yes.
End of the day, if you're a lawyer saying, you know what, you can get those things done, it's a good day.
It's a pretty good deal. Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. It's like, when the prosecutor gives you, a great plea, you might want to take it.
Right.
And I think, with the school is saying the right thing. They're going to comply with the NCAA. They're going to do everything they can to get the program back on track.
All right, so now you're a sports fan, obviously. You've been following the byplay with the AD, Jeff Hathaway, and Jim Calhoun. To what degree does this sort of expose the friction there? To what degree does this further weaken Hathaway? You had the issue with the booster, and they smoothed that over. You could argue that he certainly is culpable himself since he's overseen the program. To what degree is Hathaway further weakened, and what degree does this sort of highlight friction between the two? Because one is saying, hey, coach is saying, hey, Hathaway was aware of this, and I thought he was taking care of this. I shouldn't take the hit here.
Yes.
So what do you think? How does this all blow out? What do you think?
Yeah, that's great. There's friction at the school, but hopefully, that's going to boil over. They'll gather together and be a united front. Hopefully that's going to happen. But it kind of does weaken the AD a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows who's the big man on campus. I mean, besides Gino, right, you got Calhoun.
That's two strikes now. You had the booster, and you have this issue with NCAA, so new president coming in, right, a new governor.
I don't know.
Another show. We'll have you on for another segment.
Great.
I'll bring the reading glasses in so you can take a break next time.
Perfect.
All right. He's Robert Romano, former stand-up comic, now sports attorney. Thanks to our guests, Chris Keating, Corey Brinson, Jim Starr, Alex Johnson. You can send your show comments or watch us again at ctnow.com/Stan. And friend us on Facebook. Become a fan of the Stan Simpson Show. We're on Twitter, too. Look out for our tweets for the good folks here at Fox, Connecticut. I'm Stan Simpson. I'll see you next week.